Fresh off of his King of the Ring victory in Saudi Arabia, it is all sunshine and rainbows at the Cody Rhodes household. But is there a dark cloud looming over this victory via a heel turn coming? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Zwicker from Fast Count coming at you. Before I get into this video, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. So if you saw the Night of Champions PLE yesterday, you noticed that after and during his match with Randy Orton, where we saw Cody Rhodes pick up the victory and become the 2025 Men's King of the Ring winner, you saw a different Cody Rhodes that we are used to seeing. As we all know, Cody Rhodes is as white meat of a babyface as you could possibly get, always dressing as he's a politician, kissing babies, shaking hands, doing everything that Hubie, won the face of the company, does. But he took a very different route to victory this time at the PLE yesterday. We saw him attack Randy Orton's back, where we saw Randy Orton was selling the injury throughout the match. We saw him go at that back multiple different times. We saw him use the turnbuckle that Randy Orton exposed earlier to his advantage to pick up the victory. And that's not the typical behavior we usually see from Cody Rhodes. We've seen multiple different occasions where he's had the opportunity to take the low road, and he's always passed it by and chose to do things the right way. Now, in the main event between John Cena and CM Punk, we saw him hesitate once again when it was time for him to do the dastardly heel move. And we've seen that a couple times throughout this heel turn that John Cena has embarked on, where he's had moments of hesitation. Now, at the end of the day, he's always, reverted to doing the heel move at the end, but we see, moments of should I not, right? Which is setting an interesting stage heading into SummerSlam, because it's now official. Cody Rhodes, John Cena 2. Now, match-wise, I think there's no other direction they can go but up, because that match they had at WrestleMania was pretty much a stinker. I think that's universally accepted with, how that match went down. It wasn't very good, so it can only get better, right? But the interesting dynamic that now is in play is, are we set up for a possible double turn, right? We all know the double turn. Famously, we got that in the Bret Hart, Steve Austin match at WrestleMania, the most well-known double turn in probably wrestling history. And we might be set up for that to happen at SummerSlam as well, right? We all know that John Cena turning heel was somewhat of a move that Triple H kind of made in desperation to try to get The Rock to not turn Cody Rhodes heel at that moment. And I do think right now it's still an interesting time to turn Cody Rhodes heel, because for me, everybody knows about the infamous heel turn of Hulk Hogan, right? Where he joined up with Hall and Nash and became, the third man in the NWO. At that time period, as a babyface, Hulk Hogan was very much so getting mixed reactions. Some were more positive than others, and some were more negative than others, just depending on what city you would hit, right? It was, hit or miss on a nightly basis. Cody Rhodes is still very much so getting very, very positive reactions no matter what city he hits, right? So it's not one of those cases where you're looking at it like, well, maybe they need to change things up, right? Because I know there's people online who complain, well, he's boring, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. I'm not too big on the Cody Rhodes thing, but we got to pay attention to the live reactions and the people who actually pay to go see the show. He's still very much so in good graces with them. So for me, it's kind of strange, because it's just like, why would you, fix something that's not broken, right? I think John Cena reverting to a babyface is very much so in play. I think that's what pretty much everybody all wants to see, him be able to be cheered and celebrated as much as possible when he is on his way out. And just to be honest with you, outside of a few moments here and there, to me, it's been very disappointing. It's something that we probably didn't need, and probably would have been something that's probably the best thing that we would have, left in our brains, right? To fantasy book what a John Cena heel turn will look like. But there's possible scenarios where we could see that, right? For me, I think that the whole key, and it's probably not going to happen because of how busy he is schedule-wise. For me, the whole key to a double turn between these two guys is The Rock, right? The Rock is the person who introduced the selling of the soul. John Cena was the person who took him up on that offer. I think that he is the key as to where we would see the opportunity for these guys to double turn, right? John Cena could look at The Rock saying, I did all these things, turned my back on the people for you. And what have I gotten out of it? Nothing, right? I got the 17th championship. I lost it. Let's say Cody Rhodes wins the title back, because I think that's where we all think is the direction is going to head, right? Cody Rhodes wins the title back. And then you have John Cena looking at him like, I did all of this for nothing. And then we have Cody Rhodes could be able to turn on The Rock as well and maybe join forces with them, because he's like, I tried it the good way. I failed. I lost what was more important to me, which is the WWE Championship. I'm going to do this the way that I know is going to get the results that I need, and him aligning with The Rock in that scenario. I think that's a possible way they could do it. But let me know in the comment section, guys, how do you think we could get this double turn happening, right? Do you think that's going to happen? Do you think it's not going to happen? Let me know in the comment section and let me know your ideas. Guys, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. I am Kevin Zwicker.